Oh my goodness. First of all, tell me about your little kitty cat.
Yeah, obviously they're hungry. My wife's not at home, and now they begin to annoy me with shrieking sounds. Feed us, we are starving. How dare you, sitting around there talking to your stupid computer? Feed us.
Oh my gosh, my cat does the same thing and he will freak out. It'll be even before feeding time. And he's like, look, my bowl's empty. You need to get it full. Oh, so the album came out just a couple days ago. So far, it seems like the responses have been amazing. How does it feel? It's been a few years that you guys have been working on this. So how has it felt being able to have the completed project out for everybody?
It's the best thing ever. We yesterday we had a release show uh, in a church. It was a sold out show. We arrived there Friday evening, which was the day of the release, and yeah, it was a massive project. We had it was a pain in the ass sometimes planning this and getting everything right, that everything fits in the end. But it was nothing less than absolutely uplifting. The whole process from the very first second on when we arrived at Friday at the location, everything was super cool. Local people, everybody, crew, everybody was nice. Everybody knew how to do their job. Nobody annoyed anyone, and everything, yeah, turned out to be peaceful and yeah, and successful.
Good. So did you guys play or was it just like a listening party for everybody?
No, 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 no. We played two sets with
Oh,
50 minutes, and we had a friend of us who is a German whatever video blog. I don't know how these things are called because I don't watch so many of those. But it's a male guy. He was reading from the books we made. We had as influence for or as lyrical groundworks for our albums. So every few songs he started to read from the books when atmospheric droning came from playback, and then we played another couple of songs, and it was very theatrical
oh
yesterday.
my
So it
gosh.
was yeah, it was a big show, and everything turned out to yeah to go great.
That sounds amazing. So when you say from the books, do you mean like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Moby Dick, those books? Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, what a cool thing to do.
yeah, I don't know whose idea it was. Actually, Christian comes up with ideas like that. Yeah, yeah. Why don't we ask somebody to read from the books between some songs to make it like a little bit like theater? Yeah, and it turned out
Yeah.
to be the idea because I felt like on a theater stage. It was super cool. We've never done something like that before, and it's not something super crazy and extremely special on and wow, so out of this planet. But it was definitely something else than we've ever done before, and it was really cool project. It was relieving to see that everything works out so well.
No,
No fuck ups.
it's a super creative approach, especially since your guys' whole band is revolving around these books. Is that something you're thinking about doing in the future during other live shows on tour?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. You get an album out, and then you want to play live. But we we're realizing now that we started the booking a little late, probably because now in this after pandemic time, every fucking club is totally blocked until the end of 2024 or something like that. You can impossibly book shows at the moment, we are realizing. So there are a few confirmed live appearances, but I'm not so sure which of those are official. So there are some festivals in summer and in fall. I think the Summer Breeze open air in Germany is the one that is already confirmed and official. The other ones I guess I have to keep my mouth shut about, but unfortunately, it's not so many of them. It's probably 3 or 4 more shows, and yeah, we hope to play a little bit more live in 24 because, yeah, obviously we can't get any stages which are not occupied.
Right. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of musicians lately. Well, do you think you guys will incorporate the reading of the books in these live settings moving forward?
Probably not, but we haven't thought about that. But what I clearly was thinking yesterday was I want to do something like this again
Hmm.
because I liked it very much.
Yeah.
It's not very likely we're going to do that on a regular show, but it's very likely we're going to do that again, I guess.
Yeah. I think
Because
it's
I
really
guess my
great.
bandmates liked it as well, and why wouldn't you repeat something that was liked by everybody?
Yeah. Well, and it just kind of differentiates even a little bit more you from the act before and the act after, right?
Sorry again. This was
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm not projecting very well. Um, it makes it even that much more different, setting you guys apart from the band before versus and the band after that plays, before and after you guys. It even gives you that much more of a like diversity if you do something
ah,
like that.
okay, it's always a welcome thing to have something new in the thing. We didn't completely change our music for the new album because we are Ahab. We will always sound somehow like Ahab. But one thing we did was we played 4 songs from the new album, and we played the one song which is called what's the name? I only have the working titles in mind. I always it takes me years to get used to the final titles of songs, and I only have our silly, very super silly rehearsal space working titles in mind. Yeah, whatever. It's mobilis in mobili, I guess it is. There's some clean vocals in the end, which are more like a choir. And for the very first time ever, Daniel and me were singing along. I was singing behind the drum kit in these part with more voices. We have never done that before, and it was super cool. From the very first time, we decided while rehearsing, "Hey, pass me the microphone. What do you sing? Which voice are you gonna choose from those voices you recorded for the album? Tell me which voice I'm gonna sing. We just let's try that now." We tried it. Everyone was like, "Oh, this was super cool. We're gonna do that live."
Oh,
So
good.
a tiny detail added to the show, but one which is very cool. And the same thing, probably in a little bigger thing, is adding somebody who's reading. Probably his next thing is we set the stage afire or whatever. So I
Fire, but you're supposed to use water. You're gonna have to have like some water, like some aquariums or something on stage. That'd be
Yeah, well,
easy to
I
throw
don't,
around.
I'm not such a big fan of pyro effects on stage because I'm a little scared of what can happen with these
Yeah.
things. So it's probably more likely we're gonna have aquariums or something like that.
Hey, that's something I have not seen before. So, and it fits. This album is amazing. It's very cinematic. It's very um moving and oh my gosh, what's the word? I can't think of what the word I'm trying to think of, but it's a beautiful album all the way through. A lot of people, I've seen so many people talking about it, which is really exciting and all positive. I have not seen one negative thing pop up.
Yeah, this is something that was kind of, yeah, when I realized, fuck, I haven't read any negative thing so far about it. Oh, one, yeah, one. I think one German bigger metal magazine. There was only one who liked it, and there was 2 reviews of 2 different guys in that issue of the magazine, and one liked it very much, and the other one thought it's totally boring.
Boring. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that's the last
if you
word I
heard,
would use.
I think he wrote something like there's not a single climax on the album. It's just Same all the time.
I think he
So I
got it
think
confused with another album because I 100%
probably,
disagree with that.
probably, I really don't have a problem with people who don't like the music of Ahab, because it's a natural thing that not everybody likes everything. It's the most natural thing in the world. But when I read that, this no, this doesn't fit
No,
the album, because if you like it or not, it's not boring.
no. It's far, far, far from boring. I
But
actually, I'm a huge reader and I have not read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which is really crazy. And so I thought, oh, what a fun thing it would be to have that as like the ambient background music while reading it, because it's such an adventurous album and it has so many, I mean, quite the opposite climaxes and, changes and shifts throughout it that you feel like you're on an adventure. So I thought that'd be really fun to listen to it while reading it.
okay, yeah, probably. I haven't
Yeah.
tried that out. It's such a shame. I got my vinyl copies of the album, and before I could listen to it the very first time, I broke the fucking needle of my record player.
Oh
And I didn't have the
no.
time yet to get another one, because I have an
Oh,
old record player, and I don't know which needle fits, and I have to find out
yeah.
first, and I didn't have the time. So I have our vinyls from the new album, and I haven't listened to them yeah, because actually it's a holy thing to receive your vinyl and then put it on, listen to it the very first time from vinyl. uh, it's like yeah, probably something that comes close to being a ritual. And then
Mhm.
I break the fucking needle the
Oh,
very day before I got the vinyls, I guess. Yeah.
oh my gosh. Yeah, it's almost like a spiritual listening experience, listening to a vinyl anyways, and then, yeah, one that you've created. And those old record players, it's so hard to find needles for. I mean, I think you can, like, probably not as much anymore now that vinyls have come back, but, I remember, with my dad's old record player trying to find a needle for his before vinyls made their comeback. I was like, "Man, this feels impossible. Where did all the needles go?" Well, that's a bummer. I hope you're able to refill it soon, so that way you can listen to it. Then you'll have to make like a whole experience out of
Yeah.
it. One cool thing that I really appreciate about Ahab is I've seen so many people under your guys' comments over the years talk about wanting to either pick up these classics or pick them up for the first time, or even like I haven't read since I was in school and now I'm really interested in reading these. And I think it's really cool that not only are you guys obviously creating this really incredible path of music and what you guys do and all the instrumentation and all the complexity that goes with your music, but also having people want to pick up and start reading again. That's so rare to have a metal band of all things, right? Create that desire.
Yeah, in fact, I heard about these cases from people. I heard these stories firsthand. People told me, "Hey, your album made me curious. I bought that book, and yeah, what a cool book. Thank you very much." Yeah. So, but on the other hand, I'm not sure which of our albums. Maybe it was even the Call of not the Call of the Red Seats. The Boats of the Glen Carrick. I think the Boats of the Glen Carrick was a hint from a fan. Probably try out this book. Maybe this is a story for an album. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was this album a fan told us about.
Oh my gosh, that's really cool. I'll bet that meant a lot to them too, then to see you guys not only like take that into consideration, but then turn it into an album. What are some things that you guys do for self-care when you're either on or off tour?
Self care.
I get this all the time. People don't, and they're like, what is that? Like trying to take care of yourself, trying to make sure that you have balance in your life, trying to take care of your mental health while you're, I mean, I know it's been what, 8 years since the last album and you guys aren't like consistently going, but still it's important to be able to take care of your mental health when you're working. And so what are some things that you guys do for that?
It's a very interesting question actually, because now that I you assured me that you mean what you just asked me. Um, Probably not enough, I guess, because I'm not saying this jokingly, because it was very important that we had this release show yesterday and everything was super cool, and we're absolutely relieved now that we have this behind us, because it was super great thing, but it was extremely difficult to and just took us a lot of time to prepare this properly. And then we had the release, which meant that our bass player, who was responsible for all the merch stuff, he was the whole time between the years, between Christmas and New Year's Eve, all these days he was working on packaging LPs and shirts and whatever, 16 hours a day.
Oh my goodness.
5 days in a row. I was extremely busy to create this show. I was on the telephone 1,000 times a week, and it was very unnerving those last weeks, and probably we're not doing enough for our self-care. You're absolutely right, and I guess I'm really convinced you are right, because I just got pain in my neck, which happens when it's cold outside, but this pain went from here to the elbow, and there it has been for 6 weeks now. I have a hurting elbow. I've been having a hurting elbow for 6 or 8 weeks right now. I'm in medical treatment for that. Probably those last months were just too much, and my body is telling me, "Hey, hello, can you please slow it down a little bit and just do nothing for some time?" Yeah, thank you for this question. I just found out we're not doing enough for self-care. Yeah, we just don't do that, obviously.
Yeah, it's hard to remember to do that, especially when you have so much going on. So yeah, it's really important. So I hope that you do start finding some things that help with that balance. It is really important. I mean, I don't know if you guys have the saying in Germany, but you can't pour from an empty cup. Have you heard that before?
Actually, yes, yeah, it's a very truthful saying.
Yeah.
If a cup is fucking empty, there is nothing to pour out, and this is it. If your energy is gone, what are you gonna do? Probably nothing, because you need something that fuels you, and if this is gone, you have to recharge first. Hopefully, then when you realize that you have to recharge your batteries, it's not too late, and you didn't. If it's just recharging the batteries, this is something you can easily do. If you have to repair some damage, mental damage, is something that's way harder to achieve than just recharge batteries. Psst.
What's really interesting?
The cat is cat calling me right now.
He is angry. Do you need to feed him?
Actually, I guess. Can I take the break of 1 minute, because he's super annoying?
Yes, no, please do.
Swinging around, I can barely understand you sometimes.
No, it's totally fine.
Totally fine. Wait a second, I'm back in a minute.
No big deal.
So now I guess we can proceed in silence.
My animals are the same way. I'm a therapist outside of this, and I'll be in the middle of doing like a session, and my dogs are freaking out in the background, and my cat's yelling at me, and I'm just going, oh my gosh, this is so inappropriate during a therapy session so yeah, I get it. So that was it's hard to concentrate when they're like in your ear. My son just sent me a text from the other room. He's just in the other room, but he's in German class, and he loves learning foreign languages. He wants to learn German, then he wants to learn Russian. But he also does this app, Lingo, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And he just sent me his streak that he has been on with German. I was like, oh hey, I'm interviewing a German guy right now.
Cool.
But yeah, back to the self-care. I just read a book, I think it was the beginning of last year, called Blue Mind. And it was talking about how being in, on, or around water can be super therapeutic and really give you that energy or give you that relaxation or relief. So I don't know specifically where you're at in Germany, but if you have like any um bodies of water around you, close by, something like that might be helping with that balance and getting a little bit of that self-care in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's a cool thing. There's a river running through this city, and the cool thing is the riverbank is not so that it's forbidden to build stuff there. So it's the river is pretty much the river, and not a canal made of concrete or something like that.
Right,
So actually is relaxing because it's very beautiful down by the river. It's
right,
trees and all the things you find by rivers. Um, and yeah, when I find the time to walk along the river, I'm always wondering why I don't do this more frequently because
right.
yeah, it's actually it's relaxating.
Yeah, yeah. And you can't go out on like a nautical adventure or anything on that river, but it's still, it's still relaxing and can help at least your mind. Although that's what's funny with that book, how it's very calming for your mind to be in, on, or around water. But then when you talk about the adventures that you guys are talking about, like there is nothing calming about those adventures. So they probably weren't thinking about those types of adventures when they were discussing the science behind water. uh, is it really important, or is this even a factor when you guys come or talk about these concepts and things about um, how humans treat bodies of water, the oceans, like you said, that river is natural. You can't interrupt it, and which is wonderful. Is that something that you guys ever discuss or talk about when you guys are coming up with album concepts about how humans are not treating the water as well as we should?
Now we rarely talk about these things, but in the first place, because we're very aware of it.
Hmm.
If we have time together, yeah, it sometimes happens that we have whatever political or something conversation, but actually we enjoy the presence of each other so very much that we don't destroy it with discussions. But actually, we already gave. I don't know how we raised that money, but we already gave money to Sea Shepherd and stuff like that because we are very aware of that, and we're absolutely yeah, like you, we're disgusted by humankind destroying everything on this planet, and in the first place, yeah, the seas and everything. Yeah, so we are aware, but we do not talk so very often about these negative things.
Sure.
Yeah, we rather enjoy our time together. Yeah, actually
Yes.
we do.
Yes. No, that's good. That's good. Um, your videos are really fun to watch. They're very interesting, very artistically, visually appealing, Um, are you planning on doing another video for this album, or just the ones that you've released so far, the ones that you're going to be doing? Or do you know? I mean,
We actually we have some, right? Isn't is it we have 3 videos. It's the the one with the very artistically made with the story with
Mm-hmm.
Captain Nemo. It's the
Mm-hmm.
Colossus video.
Mm-hmm.
We have the song of Aronnax Descent,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a live video when we performed this song on our tour in November before we released. Don't you think that the three of 8 songs on the Doom album are enough as videos? Do you want more? No, we're not planning to make any more because
I
we're
guess I just want more, so I'm being greedy.
maybe Napalm Records one more as well. But no, just to tell you the truth, we have to have some time off right now. We
Yeah.
cannot focus on things like that. We're all we have to recharge our batteries first.
Yes.
We're yeah, some relaxation, and then we can talk about new stuff, but probably not about a new video.
Yep. No, good for you. Good for you. That's a good answer. Good for you for nope, we're not doing that. We need a break.
Yeah, you made me think about that 10 minutes ago. So yeah,
Setting that boundary. Well, I know that you have more coming up. I don't want to keep taking your time. I do appreciate you taking the time. It's so I'm sure it's tough when schedules start getting a little off. I'm going to ask you one last kind of fun question, and then I'll let you go so you can get the rest of your interviews done. But this is it's the game is called Mixtape, and all the questions on these cards have like kind of crazy scenarios, and you're supposed to come up with a song on what you feel would work for that scenario. So I picked a water one for you.
okay, let's
It's
go.
like the funnest game. So this one is off the coast of Australia, about to swim with the great white, no cage. What song gives you the courage to jump in the water?
Uh, it's so easy. Guns N' Roses.
Oh yeah, that's a great song. That's funny. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I like it. Well, I do very much appreciate your time. Congrats on the release. It's an incredible album. I've listened to it, I don't know, probably 10 times at this point. I enjoy it every time. I feel like I hear something new every time. It's such a great adventure. Um, just even listening to it time after time, it's such a great adventure that you guys are taking us on, and I really appreciate all the hard work that went into it.
Yeah, thank you for your kind words. We are overwhelmed by all these positivity we get from all the people. Thank you very much. Thank you that you're part of this positivity.
Yeah, absolutely. Music is so healing and so important, and sometimes I think people forget how much of a lifeline it is for us. And so anytime there's music that really speaks to me, I'm just so thankful because it's my therapy away from therapy.
Great. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's one of the highest achievements of our civilization, music.
Yeah. And it's a legacy that you get to always have out there on different platforms at this point. I mean, vinyl, some because people are doing cassette tape, CD, uh, the Spotify and YouTube, and I mean, you can find it, anywhere and everywhere now. And you guys get to be a part of that legacy is so amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Feels like, but
Yeah. They're back.
now it's after dinner violent dancing or something like that.
The Zoomies. Awesome. Well, have a very good rest of your day. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you for your interest. Have a nice whatever time it is right now at your place. Have a nice day, night, morning, everything.
Thank you so much. You as well.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.